So we just have like some guideline questions and then we can kind of branch off. But the first one is, when did you immigrate and with whom? Like when did you...
Which month? No.
What year?
What year
did you immigrate?
1967, May, we came to the United States from Canada. I went to Canada in 1956 after the Hungarian Revolution, partly because I helped pull down Stalin's statue, and I didn't know that I made a picture and I didn't want to be caught. Jutta, you left when?
Yeah, I left the end of August. I left Germany in 1959, went to Montreal, Canada.
Is that where you two met?
Yes.
Yes.
We met actually in the Laurentian Mountains up north from Montreal at a Christian youth retreat.
And the reason why I went to the retreat was the few ladies who were invited to our home by my mother. One of them said, "Tom, you should go up to Morin Heights this coming weekend, but there'll be a girl there cut out for you." So I figured, here is the signal. Called up my Irish buddy, and I said, "Derek, you're looking, I'm looking, let's go." And there I happened to look out the window and saw you to make a flower wreath, and the rest is history.
Well, my mom taught me when I was a little girl how to weave a crown out of real flowers without a thread. And some little village children came, girls, and they said, "Oh, make me one too." And so I sat there, and so my husband saw this from the window where we were camping. I mean, so it was a camp, a youth camp, and he said he liked that, and he came down, and I also knew that he was fluent in German, and my English was very poorer than now, but it was really bad. But what I didn't understand from the youth leader that he told us, or gave us orders or whatever, Tom always would translate for me into German, so that, you know, when a guy that you look at and you kind of like him and say, he even speaks my mother's tongue, that was a good thing, you know.
Interference, then the Czechs and all the other subdued countries would rise up and maybe threaten the whole Soviet Union. So their armies, the Russian army, which was actually located outside Budapest, crushed the revolution. And I'll never forget the morning when I woke up to the noise of tanks and an announcement on the radio that, "Sorry to tell you, but our victory is over, and God bless you, goodbye." And we couldn't expect help from the West because it could have triggered a nuclear war and so forth, so we realized that. And that was the reason why I then left, escaped through the forest during the night, was caught by the Russians, but I had fortunately a bottle of rum in my pocket, and I gave it to the Russian soldier, and he was delighted and showed me which way to go not to meet other Russians. But I actually went to Vienna, where we all gathered. 150,000 Hungarians came out at that time, and the fortunate thing for me was that we were celebrated all over the world as the ones who made a valiant stab at communism. So the Austrians fed us and gave us everything free, and then when the train went through Europe, in every station there were about 100, 120 people, even in the middle of the night, handing up to the window, you know, hot chocolate and so forth. It was just a very fortunate thing. But I picked Canada because I was a little bit afraid that the United States is too big and too fast for me, and then in Canada, Jutta and I met, and we lived there for 10 years, and then my company closed down, so I was forced to look for another job, and I was offered a job here. That's the way it came down here. But we were here during our honeymoon, so moving to New England was good news.
For 1 week, yeah. We both came separately, obviously, on a ship. On my ship there was a Dutch ship, which is now a luxury cruiser around the world. It was called the Mazda, and there were 2,000 refugees from Poland, Russia, from everywhere that came out on this ship. I was for 10 days and very sick and very seasick, and I didn't want to. I told the two guys, what are they called? Well, the people that help there on the deck. Pursers. They carried me in my cabin, and I said, I don't want to go in the cabin. He said, well, ma'am, you can't be on top of the deck, because that was the end of August, and we got tail ends of the hurricanes that come along on the East Coast, and we had to stand one whole night. The waves were too high, and we also saw icebergs, which scared me a little bit, But anyway, we made it, and I just wanted to start a new life in Montreal.